Well, welcome back. Ovation is a new live music series designed to spotlight rising Nashville talent, all while giving back to the community.
Oh, we love it. It was created by artist Onoleigh, and there will be a show that benefits W.O. Smith School of Music tomorrow at the East Room. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
This is really exciting because this is a whole new passion project for you. We need to talk about this series and how it really, ties into your why.
Absolutely. So this Ovation series, I kind of came up with this idea. I have a background in social work, which we can kind of go more into that later, but I really wanted to figure out a path where we could kind of tie in, Music City, USA into giving back to our community, and this is kind of that perfect little thing right now, so.
Yeah, you'd say it really is a full circle moment because of your background in social work.
Absolutely, yeah. I went to the University of Missouri and I got my degree in social work. I was actually going to be a middle school guidance counselor. That was the dream. And then I was telling my students every single day to pursue what scared them the most, and I realized I was not doing that for myself. So in fear of being a hypocrite, I dropped everything before committing to a full-time job out there. And I moved to Nashville and I was like, worst case, we'll have stories to tell our students. And I fell madly in love with artistry. And so I've been here about 6 years, and I started kind of hitting this point where I needed to recirculate back to my why. And I remembered that service is absolutely where my heart is at, and people and interaction and things like that. So that's kind of where this whole thing was born. And yeah, 6 years later, we're launching the first Ovation show tomorrow at the East Room. So very fun, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
love how you said that. Service is really a passion of yours because you get so much back when you are giving back.
Absolutely.
So how do you choose the nonprofits that you are fundraising for?
Yeah, so I think when they align with me personally in a sense of just vulnerability and just good people, my goal, I guess, is to kind of have the through line being music. So whether that is, like the W.O. Smith School of Music, whether that's teaching, students instruments and things like that, we're kind of maybe making that the through line, but ultimately there are so many nonprofits in the area that I'm so passionate about. So I think we're gonna just kind of see how this becomes and go from there, but very exciting.
Awesome. Well, we saw you say, when the intention is real, the energy in the room changes.
Yes.
Which we love that. So what do you hope audience members feel and walk away with?
Yeah, I think for me, service is fun. And I think service and social work and nonprofit work can sometimes have this serious verbiage around it, right? And I think I want to kind of bring light to it, have fun, celebrating, raising money for great causes and awareness on certain platforms. So I think it can be fun, and it's cool to give back, and it's cool, to want to do this with your life as well, very much.
It is so cool to give back. Okay, so are there any stories of you giving back that stand out and you're like, okay, this is what I love, this is speaking to me, this is who I am to my core?
Yeah, so actually the W.O. Smith School of Music is our first beneficiary. The reason I chose them specifically is because I volunteered with them about 3 years ago. And I was like sitting with the students, and we basically interact and teach them music lessons, and just seeing their faces light up. And it's not just about being, a rock star at the end of the day. It's about instilling confidence and giving them kind of a platform where, they're held accountable. And the school is very good at only charging 50 cents a lesson. So that's where your money directly goes. And so it's still giving this sense of, pride to these children for being able to kind of pay for their lesson, but also afford the lesson and, give them skills that's going to hopefully last a lifetime and way beyond just maybe becoming a rock star or, things like that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rock stars, you have quite the lineup on this first Ovation series.
Tell
Tell us who else taking part.
It's kind of shocking for me as well. I've fangirled over a lot of these artists that have agreed to come on this first kickoff series. And so it's very, very cool. I was even kind of thinking about this earlier. Whenever there is a through line of giving back to the community, I'm never, completely shocked at how many artists are looking for an opportunity to do that. So all of these people, I mean, the first, can you do this? They all jumped on board. And I think that's extremely exciting to know that so many people are always looking for avenues to give back. So yeah, it's a heck of a lineup. I'll be there, like I said, fangirling on the sidelines just as much as performing myself, so. Yeah.
Well, we've got to talk more about your music career because you're not just giving back in so many big, beautiful ways like this music series. What have you been up to and what's next?
Yeah. So I think I chatted with y'all about my debut EP release called First Rodeo, which I came out with in March. So great. It's been going very, very well. I put out a Mother's Day song called Legacy that we recorded at my grandparents' farm, so go check out the music video. It's very fun. But I've actually recently been in the studio with Paul Moak is his name, and he actually plays guitar for Heart. So you guys could see him. If you're Heart fans, you'll see him rocking out on stage. But we kind of jumped into the studio and we created this next round of music that I am losing my mind over. Very, very pumped. So we're going to try to put 2 singles out before the end of the year, and then a couple Christmas songs, and then jump back out with 2026 with the next song. So we're whipping them out.
Yeah,
very
busy
cool.
girl.
Very.
It doesn't end, but when you love it, it really it does not feel like work. I know that sounds very
It's
cliche,
true, though.
but it's
true.
so true.
Good, great life lesson.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Everyone, get involved and support the cause. Check out Ovation at the East Room this Thursday. That's tomorrow. The proceeds go to the W.O. Smith Music School.